Welcome. Today's story uses simple English. Look for phrasal verbs highlighted like this. Stick around until the end for the full vocabulary list. Let's begin. Arthur is a nice man. He came to London 6 months ago, and now he lives and works here. He studies English because he wants to talk to people. He goes to school and reads many books. Arthur is a good student. He knows many words and grammar rules. But he has a secret. He is very shy. When people talk to him, he is scared. He doesn't want to make mistakes. In his head, he is a genius. But in the real world, he is silent. This story is about his journey. It is a story about how to stop being afraid and how to start speaking. Arthur learns that English is not just a lesson in a book. English is a way to make friends and help people. Chapter 1: The Silent Morning. Arthur lives in a small apartment in London. Every morning, he wakes up at 7:00 a.m. He needs to get up quickly because he has an English class at 9:00 a.m. Arthur loves English. He likes the music, the films, and the books. He knows many words. He knows grammar rules. But Arthur has a big problem: he cannot speak. In class, his teacher, Sarah, asks, "Arthur, how was your weekend?" He feels hot. His heart beats fast. He knows the words good, park, and friends. But in his head, the words are like a puzzle. He stays silent. He only smiles and says, "It was. Okay?" After class, Arthur goes to a coffee shop. He wants to practice. "I want a coffee, please," he whispers. The barista asks, "Milk or sugar?" Arthur freezes. He knows these words, but the barista speaks very fast. The coffee machine is loud, and the music is noisy. Arthur is confused. He looks at the barista, and then he looks at the floor. He wants to use his dictionary app, but his hands are shaking. The people in the line behind him are not happy. They sigh and look at their watches. Arthur's face turns red. He feels very embarrassed. No, thank you," he says quickly. But he is sad because he loves sugar in his coffee. He pays and takes his black coffee. He sits in a dark corner and hides. He feels like a small child, not a man. Arthur looks at his notebook. It is full of long lists of words. Apple, table, beautiful. I know the words, Arthur thinks. But why is my mouth closed? Arthur realizes that long lists of words are not enough. He finds simple English stories online. He starts to listen to them every day. He doesn't just learn words. He hears how they live in real sentences. This is his new secret for success. He picks up his pen and writes a new goal at the top of the page. Don't be perfect. Just be loud. Listen more. Chapter 2: The House of Words. It is Tuesday morning. Arthur gets up at 7:00 a.m. again. He remembers his goal. Don't be perfect. Just be loud and listen more. Arthur goes to the kitchen to make breakfast. Usually, the house is very quiet. But today, Arthur starts to talk. He talks to his cat, he talks to his toast, and he talks to himself. "I am making eggs," Arthur says loudly. "The eggs are white and yellow. I need a fork." His cat looks at him. Arthur smiles. It is a little funny, but it feels good. There is no teacher and no line of people at the coffee shop. There is no stress. Arthur goes to the bathroom to brush his teeth. He looks in the mirror and decides to describe his day. "Today is Tuesday," he tells his reflection. I have a meeting at work. After work, I want to go to the gym. I am wearing a blue shirt. Sometimes he forgets a word. He wants to say fridge, but he doesn't know the English word. He does not stop. He says, the big white box for food. Later, he uses his phone to look up the word fridge. He takes a small piece of paper and writes down the word. He sticks the paper on the fridge. Now, the kitchen is full of yellow notes. Before he leaves the house, Arthur wants to listen to something. He turns on the video. He finds an English story. He doesn't understand every word, but he repeats the simple sentences he hears. The weather is sunny, the video says. The weather is sunny, Arthur repeats. His mouth and ears feel tired, but his brain feels happy. Speaking English is like a sport he needs to practice the muscles in his face. He walks to the bus stop. He sees a neighbor. Good morning. The neighbor says. Arthur doesn't freeze. He doesn't look at his phone. Good morning, Arthur says clearly. It is a beautiful day, isn't it? The neighbor smiles and nods. Arthur walks away with a big smile. He is finally starting. Chapter 3. The Real World. It is Saturday afternoon. Arthur decides to go out to the local park. The park is busy. People are walking their dogs, children are playing, and friends are sitting on the grass. Arthur sits on a bench. He has his notebook, but he keeps it in his bag. He doesn't want to read today. He wants to listen and speak. A woman is sitting near him. She has a very cute small dog. Arthur feels nervous. His heart starts to beat fast again. He remembers his rule, don't be perfect. Excuse me, Arthur says. His voice is a little quiet. The woman looks up and smiles. Yes, your dog. It is very beautiful, Arthur says. He uses simple words. Thank you, the woman replies. His name is Sparky. He is very friendly. Do you want to pet him? Arthur doesn't know the word pet, but he sees the woman's hand on the dog. He understands. He touches the dog's soft fur. Hello, Sparky, Arthur says. They talk for 2 minutes about dogs. Arthur makes a small mistake with grammar, but the woman understands him. She doesn't laugh. Later, Arthur sees a group of people from his English school. They are having a picnic. One student, Maria, sees him and waves her hand. Hi, Arthur, she shouts. Arthur walks to the group. There are students from Italy, Japan, and Brazil. Everyone is speaking English, but no one is perfect. They all have different accents. We are talking about our favorite food, Maria explains. What is your favorite food, Arthur? Arthur thinks for a second. He doesn't look up any words on his phone. I like pizza, he says with a smile. But I love my grandmother's soup more. Everyone laughs and starts talking about their grandmothers. Arthur realizes something important. English is not a test. It is a bridge. It connects him to Maria, to the woman in the park, and to the world. He isn't the student anymore. He is just Arthur, a person with a story to tell. Chapter 4. The Phone Call. It is Wednesday evening. Arthur is at home. Suddenly, his phone rings. It is an international number. He feels a little scared. Hello? Arthur says, Hi, Arthur. This is Sam from the tech support, a voice says. Sam speaks very fast. He has a strong accent. I am calling about your computer repair. Arthur freezes. This is different from the park. He cannot see Sam's face. He cannot see Sam's hands. I don't understand. Can you speak slowly, please? Arthur asks. Sam speaks again, but he is still fast. Arthur feels embarrassed. He wants to give up. He thinks, my English is bad. I am not ready for this. But then Arthur remembers his notebook. He remembers the woman with the dog and is listening. He takes a deep breath. One moment, Sam. I need to write down the information, Arthur says. This gives him time to think. He asks simple questions. When is my computer ready? How much is the price? Slowly, Arthur begins to find out the answers. The computer is ready on Friday. The price is £50. Thank you, Sam. Have a good day, Arthur says. After the call, Arthur sits on his sofa. He is tired, but he is proud. He didn't give up. He learned a very important lesson. It is okay to ask people to speak slowly. He goes to his kitchen and turns on the light. He looks at all the yellow notes on his fridge and walls. There are so many words now. He decides to add a new note near his phone. The note says, "It is okay to ask why." And can you repeat that? Arthur realizes that speaking English is not about being a genius. It is about being brave. He is not a silent student anymore. He is a communicator. Chapter 5. The Teacher. It is Sunday. Arthur is walking around the city center. He feels different today. He doesn't have his dictionary in his hand. He just enjoys the sun and the people. Suddenly, a tourist comes to him. The man looks lost. He has a big map and a confused face. "Excuse me," the man says. "Do you speak English?" Arthur smiles. 1 month ago, he was scared of this question. Today, he feels ready. "Yes, I do," Arthur says clearly. "Can I help you?" "I am looking for the Museum of Art," the man says. "Is it near here?" Arthur knows this museum. It is only 2 blocks away. He explains the way. Go straight. Turn left at the big cinema. The museum is opposite the park. The man looks at his map and smiles. "Oh, I see. Thank you so much. You speak English very well." "Thank you," Arthur replies. "I am a student, but I practice every day." As the man walks away, Arthur realizes something. He was the lost tourist before. He was the person who couldn't speak. But now, he is the person who helps. He is not just learning English, he is using English to be kind. Arthur goes to a small park and sits down. The weather is getting warm, so he takes off his jacket. He opens his notebook. He doesn't write apple or table anymore. He writes a final note for this chapter of his life. I don't need to know every word. I just need to start the conversation. Arthur knows his journey is not finished. He still makes mistakes. He still forgets words. Arthur closes his notebook and plays a video. A new story begins. He knows now that grammar is the skeleton, but stories are the soul of the language. Because of these stories, he is no longer a silent student, he is a real communicator,